How's it going, everybody? Sean Allen here. Another day, another vlog. Guess what? Today is another Throwback Thursday video. So, a while back, I mentioned that I was going to talk about a story that involved me losing a molar in the weirdest way possible. And this all came back into my mind when my family started making pickles once again. Yeah. So this story is very unusual for me because I don't know if anybody's ever had this happen to them before, but I lost a molar because I bit into pickles. Or at least a slice of a pickle. Not at home, but at a restaurant. Now, before I start this story, I'm going to go ahead and put this back in the fridge because, it's brand new. So, yeah, brand new pickles. Okay, I am back from the kitchen because I put away those pickles, and now I can tell you this story that I think is so unusual because I don't think I've ever heard of anybody losing teeth because of pickles. Now, I do know this, that it's not a good idea to eat a whole bunch of pickles because it wears away at the enamel on the teeth. So drinking pickle juice is probably not a good idea. The juice has vinegar in it, and vinegar is really bad on the teeth, so you gotta be careful of that. Okay, so I was probably a teenager when this happened. I think I was either 13 or 14 years old, and I had lost pretty much all my other teeth by this point, except for my 4 back molars, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. And I can't remember if I'd already lost 2. I think it was, because I think I lost 2 already, but I hadn't lost the other 2. So I think it was this molar here that was still intact. I think this one was still here, but these were my last 2 teeth that I haven't lost. So I'm trying to figure out, well, how is this all gonna go down, right? So we're at this place, a restaurant called Billy's. It's no longer in business anymore, which is sad because it was a great restaurant. It was in Glendale, California, and it had this amazing menu. And every time you went there, they would always give you a little bowl of pickles, sliced pickles, kind of like what we had in the jar. And this tooth was not loose from what I can remember. And I'm thinking to myself, how are these teeth gonna pop out, right? Because they show no sign of being loose. Well, the waitress brought us a bowl of pickles, and this is so ridiculous. So I grabbed this one piece of pickle, and it wasn't hard, okay? It still was kind of soft, but I guess I bit kind of funny or something. I don't know what happened because this tooth, again, completely showing no sign of it being loose at all. So I bit into the pickle, first bite, and I started tasting blood in my mouth. And I'm thinking to myself, this is weird. Why does it taste like blood? And I'm feeling around my mouth, trying to figure out what's going on. And I noticed that the molar is half loose. And I'm thinking to myself, uh-oh, what's going on here? And I'm thinking to myself, well, my teeth have done this before where they've been loose, and even if they're loose, they'll still be intact. So I'm it's probably nothing. I go to bite the pickle a second time, like the rest of the pickle, and then there's a lot more blood this time. And I feel like something popped like that. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, great, I think I lost a tooth. And I immediately spat out the pickle because I had a lot more blood in my mouth. And I'm thinking, what is going on? And I stuck my tongue back there, and the tooth was gone, and I'm oh no. Thankfully, I spat it out before I swallowed it, because that would have been really, really bad. So I'm digging around in the pickle, the remains of the pickle that I had eaten, and I found this chunky little thing, and I'm that's gotta be it. And lo and behold, it was my molar that I somehow lost due to a pickle slice. Honest to God, 100% true, and my folks were there to witness it, and they couldn't believe it. Because it's so, I think this is one of those rare occasions where, a tooth just pops right out, and it's just again, this was at Billy's, a restaurant that is no longer in business. It was in business for a long, long time. We were friends with like the waitresses there. They had never seen anything like that before either. Like, I could understand like biting into something really hard, like a bone or something, but a slice of pickle? I don't think, has this ever happened to anybody else where they bit into a slice of pickle and they busted a tooth? I don't think so. This one molar popped out because I ate a slice of pickle. And this was the second to last molar, and really just any of my teeth that had been removed. So I'm like, wow, this is so unusual. Now, you're probably wondering, well, how did the last one get popped out? Well, similar story, but with something way different and way harder. And you know, I've enjoyed pickles my whole life, okay? And this whole incident with me and my tooth didn't really, you know, didn't really faze me at all. But this one did, and it was due to a gumball. And I'm pretty sure a lot of us have gone, oh yeah, I've lost a tooth due to gumball. I don't even know those things still exist anymore. Like, if you remember back in the 90s and maybe even to the 80s, there were a bunch of these gumball machines like at grocery stores and like different like retail places. They'll have like the special gumball machines where you see it go all the way down to the bottom. You get your gumball. They have like this really weird gummy taste. And first of all, they're gumballs and they're hard, okay? This was at a place in Van Nuys that, again, doesn't exist. There's a Target there now, but it was called Fedco. And this place was amazing. This was like a Target, but the store wasn't as big. So I think this was like during one of our last visits. And I, of course, liked getting gumballs at that time, but I hadn't had any problems with the gumball machine or even the gumballs themselves until this last incident. So I go, and this was like one of those really special machines where it's got all these like mechanisms going on. Like, we're talking like a huge like box of a machine that collects like this like one ball, and it goes through this long like experimental run through the machine, and it does all these weird stuff. It was kind of cool. But I get the gumball, and once again, similar to the pickle incident, I bite into it and I taste blood in my mouth, and I'm like feeling around my mouth, and this last molar is loose, half loose. And I'm like thinking, oh boy, here we go again. And I'm like thinking, should I just risk it and just bite into this thing again? I did. But this time, it was bad. The gumball and blood don't taste very good, so I did the stupid thing, and I spat the gumball into the trash can. And at first I didn't realize it, because I tasted all the blood, but I basically was walking back to my dad, who was making a purchase at the time, and I'm thinking to myself, wait a second, I just spat my tooth out with the gumball into the trash can. And I'm like thinking to myself, great, so I had to get one of the team members there at Fedco. It was actually, they had a Panda Express inside the Fedco, and one of the Panda Express employees had to go and open up the trash can, and literally, from some oddball reason, the gum literally went all the way down to the very bottom of the bag, and lo and behold, well, actually no, because the gum was completely, like, it didn't have any teeth in it. Like, there was no tooth in it. I'm like, what happened? Like, I obviously spat it out. I didn't swallow it. So, a little further investigation. It was still down there, but it was literally, like, not too far from the gum, but it was, like, right there. They had moved all the trash aside, and there it was, just all the way at the very bottom of this bag. And I'm like, oh my god. I still have those teeth around here somewhere. I don't think I'll be bringing those out, because they'll probably think that's disgusting, but still. Random incidents dealing with losing my teeth, and after that, pretty much all of my baby teeth were gone, and every single one of my teeth is still intact, including my wisdom teeth. I never had those removed. But I'm pretty sure at some point here they may be removed. I don't know, but I'm dreading that day if that ever happens. But yeah, I still have all my adult teeth. They're still intact, including my wisdom teeth. But literally, my folks making all those pickles there because the pickling cucumbers out there just reminded me of these stories, and the pickle slice story of me losing my molar definitely came back into my mind. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I got to talk about that in one of my Throwback Thursday videos, and I did. That's the end of the vlog, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up button. It is greatly appreciated. Be sure to check out my other videos as well as my other channels, the educational series, the design video series, and the travel town series. You can find me on Instagram. The link is down below in the description of this video. There's also a P.O. Box address if you guys want to send me mail. There's always that. If you want us to be more, find more ways on how to stay connected with this channel, you can send me mail. And there's also a way to get comments onto my channel. So if you want to send me a comment, go to my community section, and there's a little tab that says feel free to write a comment here. You can write comments there, because I know that a lot of my videos, a lot of the videos I post now, unfortunately, the comments are disabled. It's not my doing. It's just the new YouTube algorithm. There's some YouTube videos out there that I know are still sort of kid friendly, and they allow their comments on their videos. I'm like, how does he do that? I'm not sure. That's a huge question mark in my opinion. But anyways, hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in Hollywood. Still not in Hollywood. I'm at home. That, my friends, is a wrap. See you tomorrow.